Hello, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of Scott Sports 101. I'm Scott Trella. We're going to talk Cavs and Guardians, and Guardians series, we have to pay tribute to a former Indians owner that has passed away, which was Larry Dolan. We'll be doing that, and we'll talk about the NFL Combine, what's been going on with that. We'll get to all that, but first, here is today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. And it is an NBA trivia question. Who was the first ever NBA lottery pick? I will have the answer later in the podcast. Well, as you know, the Cavs signed Javante Green last week. He accepted a contract buyout from the New Orleans Pelicans. ESPN's Shane uh, Sharina reported on Wednesday night Green needs to clear waivers before uh, officially joined the Cavaliers, and I think he already has. The number one team in the Eastern Conference add will add some depth to the wings in Cleveland once he clears waivers, which he already has. Green made 18 starts, appeared in 58 games in his first season with the Pelicans. He averaged 5.8 points and 36 rebounds per night. He is coming off a season high 34 minutes he played in the Pelicans' final game before the All Star break in an overtime win over the Sacramento Kings. Green will help provide cover for the Cavaliers, who have been without guard and forward Isaac Okoro, but he's back now, Isaac Okoro, since January 16th with a shoulder injury. The 44 and 10 Cavaliers are 5.5 games ahead of the reigning NBA champion Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference standings, and they've shown their willingness to splash out in the buyout market in order to uh, fortify the roster ahead of the stretch run of the regular season. And in NBA news, there's some other NBA news that I have. The Cavaliers did yet another win the other night, just last night over the Orlando Magic, and they hammered the New York Knicks this past Sunday, 142-105. But they beat the Orlando Magic, romping them 122-82. The Cavaliers have not beaten the Knicks twice this season, which is significant. Uh, Seeing as how they could see New York in the playoffs. However, there are some who still don't do not quite believe in Cleveland just yet. And NBA former NBA champion Kendrick Perkins is among that group. Prior to the Cavs win over the Knicks and also the win last night over Orlando, said there is a reason why there is not considerable respect for Donovan Mitchell. And the Cavaliers around the league right now, they haven't earned respect. Perkins said, and name me a time, and name me a time when Donovan Mitchell led team ha, led has led this team has reached the NBA Finals or the Conference Finals. The month, and the answer is the month of February. It's never happened with Donovan Mitchell. The last time it happened was with LeBron James. Perkins has a point. Cleveland has been eliminated from the first and second round of the playoffs, respectively, in Mitchell's first two years with the Cavs. He also never led the Utah Jazz past round two during his 5 seasons in Salt Lake City. Respect is earned, not given. Added Perkins. I get that. They have the best record. They have to go out and prove it. Do they have the personnel to get it done? Absolutely. But again, it's just like the Oklahoma City Thunder. They've got to show it. In the end, in the end, regular season escalades don't really mean all that much, as the 72 win Chicago Bulls famously coined, don't mean a thing without the ring. It don't mean a thing without the ring. Okay, excuse me. The Boston Celtics just experienced the same thing. They are one of the best teams in the NBA for years. They were one of the best teams in the NBA for years, excuse me, but they never quite got their flowers until winning the championship last year. If the Cavaliers want to truly be remembered, they must win a title. And that is absolutely true. Uh, and right now we're going to go to the NBA scoreboard. The Cavs are off tonight and tomorrow, but they'll be back in action Friday because they got the Boston Celtics in Boston. Uh, and right now I'm going to go over some scores right now in the fourth. And it's late in the fourth quarter with 29.2 seconds. The Oklahoma City Thunder uh, and the Brooklyn Nets, Oklahoma City is beating them with 29 seconds left to go. 126 to 118 in the fourth. And it's close, but I think Oklahoma City, now it's 127 121. Oklahoma City up by 6. With a minute 53 in the left in the fourth. The Los Angeles Clippers are up on the Chicago Bulls by 5, 117 112. And right now at halftime, the Sacramento Kings are up on the Utah Jazz 55-46. The Houston Rockets in the first quarter with 4:44 left to go are up on the Houston. The Houston Rockets are up on the San Antonio Spurs 23-7 with 4:44 left to go in the first quarter. Wow, San Antonio really struggling this first quarter. Now some finals from tonight. The Detroit Pistons hammered the Boston Celtics by 21 17 97. And Cleveland's got them Friday. Boy, what a game for the Pistons tonight. They needed a win and they got it over the Celtics. Not a tough team. And the Indiana Pacers are up on, the Indiana Pacers are beat the Toronto Raptors 111 to 91. They hammered them tonight. And, and, uh, and, the, hello. I can't see you on the I've got the camera working. It just I turned it off and turned it back on when I did. So we're good. Yeah. And I'm proud of my nephew, and so is Grandma T. I put a little post on Facebook when I saw that. I was quite surprised. And yeah. So I'm proud of my nephew, student of the month for February. All righty.
Okay, Scott, I'll let you go then. I'm glad
Okay,
you got
bye,
it.
because I'm podcasting right now.
All right. Okay, bye, Scott.
Bye. Sorry for that interruption. That was my sister, Jen Trella Hoyle. Uh, and as I was saying before, the Portland Trailblazers got a win over an easy one over the. They got a win over the Washington Wizards tonight. Not an easy one, but a win, 129 to 121. The 76ers got a win. The New York Knicks got a win over the 76ers, 110-105 at Madison Square Garden in New York. And the Miami Heat beat the Atlanta Hawks 131 to 109. So that's your NBA scoreboard for tonight. And we're going to reveal the time now to reveal the answer to today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. Who was the first ever NBA lottery pick? And if you said Patrick Ewing, you are correct. Patrick Ewing in 1985 was the first year for the lottery. Before they did a coin toss, to determine 1 and 2. And Patrick Ewing, as you know, was the first pick. And I'll have another trivia question my next podcast, so stay tuned for that. Moving on to the Guardians, we must pay tribute. As you know, Guardians former owner Larry Dolan passed away at the age of 94 this past Sunday. Those who knew Larry Dolan simply as the owner of the Cleveland Guardians for the better half, for the better, for is for the better, and for the better part of a quarter century, only no part of the story. Those that knew him best say Cleveland lacked a uniquely uh, humble leader and a generous soul when the U.S. Marine and former attorney died Sunday at the age of 94. Longtime Guardians radio voice Tom Hamilton has said that getting the call for his first and only major league radio job in 1990 felt like winning the lottery. But to Hamilton, working for the Dolan family for the last quarter century has felt like holding 2 winning tickets. Hamilton, who will be honored this summer at Baseball's Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York, said Larry Dolan lived a life of compassion and humility, uh, uh, humility to which more people should aspire. Larry and Ava Dolan are who the rest of us strive for as far as how to be a husband, how to be a father, and how to be so kind and compassionate to everybody and every walk of life. Hamilton said, they are incredible examples of how you should be as a person on this earth. Hamilton remarked upon Dolan's humble nature and his disarming sense of humor, recalling a round of golf the two played soon after Dolan took over the club. The play by play man said he was so nervous that his score was terrible, and Dolan, sensing his anxiety, softly chided that he should keep his day job. When you have someone like that, that's the owner of the ball club. And in essence, you can have that kind of sense of humor. It's unique. Hamilton recalled he uh, he never how special he was, knew how special he was because he never acted like it. But the rest of us knew how special he was. Dolan was the third Cleveland owner that Bob DiBiasio has worked under in his 46 years with the club. DiBiasio, now senior vice president of public affairs, said the passion Dolan had and his family still has for Cleveland and his sports teams is unmatched. He called Dylan's love of the game of baseball special, uh, learning quickly that whenever one walked into the owner's suite behind home plate at Progressive Field, it was prudent to wait before starting a conversation until there was a break between innings. The old catcher in him had a comment about every pitch that was thrown and the decision making behind it. DiBiasio said the catcher never left him. 3 days after the press conference, when Dolan was announced as the club's new owner, he grilled DiBiasio over the course of a 3 hour lunch meeting on the ins and outs of ownership and what he needed to know about the game. He wanted to know how everything DiBiasio, to know everything DiBiasio recalled all the nuance in the game of baseball, where to stay in spring training, anything that would help guide the process. He was just remarkable, remarkable man. But Dolan carried a philosophy from his father that allowed him to build a winner. That was to surround himself with good people, intelligent people, and allow them to do their jobs while being available for guidance whenever needed. It is a philosophy Dolan passed to his son, Paul, who now runs the team. Hamilton said he hopes fans in Northeast Ohio realize that they are fortunate to have the Dolan family own the Guardians as far as for as long as they have. They live and die each game just like the rest of us, Hamilton said. They care, and yet they never uh, uh, micro manage. They never interfere, whether you're a broadcaster or you're the president of the ball club or the manager or the manager. They just let you do your job. You just can't work for better people. It's impossible. Meanwhile, Dolan's high school alma mater, St. Ignatius, news uh, of the Cleveland Heights natives passing was felt throughout the community. A member of the class of 1950, Dolan was one of the school's most high profile graduates and a generous benefactor for decades. Larry was a faithful and loyal alumnus of St. Ignatius, going back to his days as an athlete here. He said, he said Jeff McCormick, vice president and marketing and communications, excuse me. It's obviously a tough day for the city of Cleveland to lose such an impactful person, and for our community, he as well, certainly a great life and a great legacy. Uh, Dolan's generosity extended into the classroom at St. Ignatius, where he and his wife donated funding for Alan J. Gobel Department of Languages. And instead of having a Dolan name on it, he wanted to honor the important work that his classmate accomplished. McCormick said it was selfless of him to make a significant gift to the school, but also to honor his friend in that way. The Guardians organization has maintained a great relationship with St. Ignatius since Dolan bought the club. McCormick said the team has regularly held youth camps at the school's athletic facilities and has partnered on several community outreach uh, initiatives. Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred said in a statement he was saddened by Nolan's passing, citing his family's 25 years in as team owners as a driving force for making his hometown club a consistent winner and a mainstay in the Cleveland community. Larry was a lifelong baseball fan who served over our who served our country. Manfred said he strongly believed in mentoring young people as using the Guardians as a way to impact Greater Cleveland. Dolan served MLB's executive council and the ownership committee while also participating in two labor negotiating committees. On behalf of Major League Baseball, I extend my deepest condolences to Paul Dolan and the entire Dolan family, Manfred said. And my thoughts and prayers go out to the entire Dolan family, as well as to son Paul Dolan and the Guardians organization as well. And this is a tough loss for the city of Cleveland, and I know we'll move on from it, but Larry Dolan will definitely be missed. And The combine's going on this week, and the Browns are not interested in trading Myles Garrett at all, and they want to try to hold on to him, and they're still looking for a quarterback. And I think they're going to take Cam Warren with that number 2 pick, and they are, and I'm going to give you a little bit of what's been going on at the combine. There's over 329 players that have been invited in attendance. That includes Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, Shedeur Sanders, and Abdul Carter, which the Titans are interested in Abdul Carter. And I think they're going to take him with that first pick. And but the Browns need to do something at the combine this week. So, but I really do think this is gonna that the Browns are going to do something at the combine and in free agency. But they are looking to come up with a contract, a surefire contract to hold on to Myles Garrett. And but I don't think Matthew Stafford is going to be a good veteran quarterback for the Browns because he was injured. But they should go after Kirk Cousins or Daniel Jones either way. So we'll see what happens. Well, that's just about going to wrap it up for this edition of Scott Sports 101. I'll be back with another one of my podcasts later this week or this weekend. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1. I'm done.